Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Monday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside David Jones. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your phone calls, taking your comments, talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Love to interact with you in some way. You can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page, that's Sports with a Z, and comment away, or you can just give us a call. 256-234-6221 is our number here. Let us know what's on your mind. You got any thoughts on any of the things that we discuss, or if you'd like to chime in on the conversation, we'd love to hear it. Bring up a new topic. David is back from Omaha. David, thank you so much for being with us today. Good to see you again. We'll talk about his trip to Omaha, but the Ole Miss Rebels get it done last night. Wade Bennett was on the show with me on Friday. We talked about that. I thought with DeLucia having to go and pitch that game to get them into the championship, I thought that might be a detriment to Ole Miss, and the way that Oklahoma was playing, thought that they might have a better opportunity to win. Yeah. Not to be. Ole Miss gets it done. A little bit of maybe some controversy there in game two with the I don't know. I mean, I'd like to get your opinion on that, but yeah. Ole Miss gets it done. The Magnolia State going back-to-back.
How about that?
World Series championship, so that's pretty cool.
They will, I guess they'll have that they'll have that up in addition to the Welcome to Mississippi signs now when you come into the state. What an accomplishment. Yeah, and I felt just exactly like you did, Andy. I said, well, they're throwing DeLucia if this gets to a game three, unless he can throw again, which would have been tough because he threw a complete game. Mm-hmm. But Oklahoma they just laid down.
They got hammered in game one.
Yeah. Kudos to Ole Miss. I'm not trying to take anything away from Ole Miss, but everybody who's talking about Oklahoma, getting through, without a loss, just like Ole Miss had done in the regional and the super regional. I mean, they just really and Andy, here's the crazy thing. Because Carter and my grandson were talking about the bracket, and I was explaining to him how difficult it is if you lose the first or even the second game to win the thing. And that's only the fifth time in College World Series history that's been done. So you got to take your hat off to. But what a great trip. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, in a minute. I got to sit up a little straighter so everybody can see my College World Series shirt.
There you go.
We saved money on plane tickets by driving, and I probably spent a plane ticket's worth of money on souvenirs, and brought you and Randy and Brett something back too. So my Auburn buddies. But what a phenomenal trip. But hats off to Ole Miss for what they did, man. Incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. And it wasn't just one aspect of it. It was good pitching. It was good timely hitting. You had 3 home runs in a row in that first game.
That was crazy. Elko was on fire.
What did you think about the call that prevented Oklahoma from getting a run? They called the interference.
Here's what I think. I think the run at third should count because he was going to score anyway. But by rule, they made the right call because the guy was definitely inside the baseline, and by design. Okay. But, I mean, that could have been an injury to Elko. I mean, bent his wrist back, knocked the glove off. So, by rule, that was the correct call. But I think the run at third should count because he would have scored anyway. So, but that's just my take.
Yeah. But it ended up, 4-2, so Ole Miss got it, kind of padded the lead a little bit. But you can't go back. And Oklahoma was a beneficiary of a call maybe in the next inning. So maybe it balanced
Correct.
out too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But anyway, any thoughts, any specific memories or about your trip to Omaha that the atmosphere, the the rival fans, were they tolerable? I know you said you had some run-in with some Ole Miss fans
Well,
that were
they had
a bit of
dude, listen, they had there's a restaurant right across the street from the stadium called Rocco's.
okay.
It's a bar, but they serve pizza and wings and all that kind of stuff. We went over there after the Auburn Ole Miss game on Saturday night to sit down and have pizza, and they were having a Jello shots contest by team. And, of course, Ole Miss won that, by the way.
Right.
And the Ole Miss, the students, the guys from Ole Miss that were there, we had to leave. I mean, they literally, one Auburn guy drug him over the bar. It was not conducive to my grandson. And so we left. For the most part, everybody was really, really friendly. And, you know, it's a friendly rivalry thing. I was messing with them.
Except when Jello shots were involved.
When Jello shots are involved, all bets are off.
Seems to be, that's pretty universal, I would
All
think.
bets. But like I told you before we went on the air, it's hard for me to put into words what we experienced as fans. You know, I've been blessed to go to 3 Final Fours, one with Auburn in it. And this College World Series, of course, had been a bucket list item for me, and I promised my grandson I'd take him if we ever made it again. In 2019, had no idea it'd just be 3 years later. We did drive, but I like going through. I mean, we went through Alabama, Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Iowa. And it was a nice, fun drive. But getting to meet the fans from the different teams, getting to meet some great Auburn people that we didn't know. Got a chance to talk with Brody Moore's dad for a while, and just met some really cool. Carter and I went over to eat dinner one night at the hotel where Auburn stays, the Marriott there, which is right up the street from the stadium. And we actually celebrated with a steak after the Stanford win. That's what we did.
Well, that's very appropriate.
Yes, absolutely. But City of Omaha just rolls out the red carpet. Everything's College World Series everywhere you go. And if you ever get a chance to do that, with your team there or not. And here's the other thing, Andy. I met the nicest people who are probably within an hour or two of Omaha. They just come every year.
Right.
And one guy was talking to me in the hotel lobby. He said, you know what, you Auburn people, I think I'll cheer for Auburn. I said, well, we need all the help we can get. I appreciate it. He was from Sioux Falls, Iowa.
Okay.
But it's really cool that people just come. And tickets, I only had one reserved seat ticket for the entire tournament. We bought standing room only tickets and just fit in wherever we could fit in, and sat for all 3 Auburn games right down the baseline on the Auburn dugout side. So that was not an issue. I was scared to death about that before we went, but I was told, don't worry about it. Tickets are everywhere. And it was just a phenomenal experience. And I think this, I don't think that's the last College World Series that we'll see in a while. I think Butch Thompson's got us going on a trajectory that we'll see some more.
Yeah, talking about Auburn baseball, you know, it's difficult to get a really good grasp about what the team's going to look like next year until after the Major League Baseball draft.
Yeah, that's right.
Then you get and it's no guarantee that, even if guys get drafted, that they'll go. So there are a lot of decisions that have to be made up and down that lineup. However, Sonny DeShera, I would not bet on him coming back.
No.
He didn't sound like a guy that was coming back when he was talking after.
No, I totally agree. I think that
I wouldn't expect to see Blake Burkhalter again either.
Gosh, no. No, we've had a couple of solid pickups last week during the College World Series, and I think one of the guys was there in Omaha that's coming into Auburn next year. So, like LSU's been racking up in the portal since last couple of weeks, and we did this year. I mean, you think of the new guys that we came in this year that nobody had heard of, a Bello, a Rambush, a DeShera, incredible players. So I have full confidence. Somebody asked me on Facebook the other day, somebody we sat in front of at the regional at Auburn, who's coming back next year? And I said, no idea. Let's wait a little while and see how when is the draft anyway?
I think it's in July, isn't it?
Okay, I think it's pretty close. Rambush, probably gone. DeShera, gone. Burkhalter, gone. Those 3 huge pieces for sure.
Yeah.
but some important pieces coming back on the mound though. So it's
Now, Rambush, I'm not 100% sure.
you don't think so?
I'm not 100%
Yeah,
sure.
I would love to see him back.
Yeah.
Love to see him back. People love him. He plays hard. Bless his heart. He's just
a junior too.
Yeah.
So.
He and Sonny both just, they weren't killing the ball at the end of the year like they were in the middle. Nobody expected Teixeira to end up batting 450, 475. That was impossible. But just an incredible. I'm sad that it's over. I miss it. We went to so many Auburn baseball games this year. It just became what we do on the weekends, and I miss it. I already miss it. So, and I did get a chance to speak with Butch, at the World Series before they were getting off the bus. And the other thing, Andy, that was really, I don't think we would have beat Ole Miss anyway, but the sickness that went through the team was pivotal in our first game, for sure.
All right, the music says that we're up against our first break here, but don't go anywhere. We're just getting started, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Hilleby Towers is an affordable senior citizens community located in Alexander City on Highway 22 East. Spacious one-bedrooms are available now. Great location, peaceful setting, comfortable living where pets are allowed and utilities are included. Call today to find out more information on Alexander City's best-kept secret, 256-329-0552. That's Hilleby Towers in Alexander City.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Finding a job might be tough, but starting your new career has never been easier. Wellborn Cabinet in Ashland has a wide array of career opportunities with benefits. General labor production, skilled cabinet builders, product assembly line, shipping, over-the-road truck drivers, clerical, marketing, security, daycare, office clerks, and so much more. Apply in person, 38669 Highway 77 South in Ashland, or online at wellborn.com. Building cabinets, building careers, and building our community.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
From the smallest drippy faucet to drain cleaning to water heater replacement to gas lines to total systems replacement, A&M Plumbing handles it all. Visit amplumbing.net today for the experienced, licensed, and insured pros at A&M Plumbing.
A&M Plumbing, A&M Plumbing, service at its best when you need it most.
At Glenn Smith in Opelika, we are proud to be celebrating our 30th anniversary. Enjoy big discounts on Chevrolet Buick and GMC SUVs. Chevy Equinox discounted up to $4,500. Buick Encores discounted up to $3,250. And GMC Acadias discounted up to $4,250. New inventory is arriving daily.
We have over 200 new and used vehicles on the ground or on the way. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Russell Do-It Center. They got 10 locations around central Alabama for all your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center today. David, let's go to the phone line. Hey, Charles, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Hey, how y'all doing today?
We're doing
Charles.
pretty good. How about you?
Just want to point on a couple of things. I guess Ole Miss was our worst, being the last team in to welcome Oklahoma to the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But maybe they get a little taste of losing when they come to the Southeastern Conference. And the second thing I want to touch on, Kumar Rocker that went to Vanderbilt. I guess his mom talked him out of a career, I guess, because I guess he's in some little valley league or whatever somewhere.
Yes, and that was a weird situation. I mean, he got drafted by the Mets, but he didn't clear. Something about he didn't. I mean, the what do you call it? The physical. He didn't pass the physical or something. And now he's like gone back and he's pitching somewhere. Where is he pitching, Charles? Do you know?
I've seen the name of it. It's some kind of valley league or somewhere, or some kind of, I forget the name of it. But I was just wondering, to lose a major league pitcher like he was a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah, he was a first rounder kind of guy. So it's kind of a bizarre situation. I don't know whatever's going to come of it.
And one other thing, I know David went to Oklahoma. I mean, not Oklahoma, but
Omaha.
Omaha. I just wonder how much that shirt cost him all total.
More than I would have paid.
Money on it. I just wonder about $2,000 or $3,000 or so.
No. But more money than I would have paid if I hadn't been in Omaha. That's for sure.
Okay, y'all have a good one.
Thanks, Charles.
Appreciate it, Charles.
T-shirts were $35. Polo shirts were anywhere from 55 to 75, depending on what. But the T-shirts, everybody wanted a T-shirt. I wanted one of those Bad News Bears jerseys, and I was going to get one later, and they sold out of my size. They said that you can't even hardly find those anymore. Those have just gone nuts since the Bad News thing with Auburn. To Charles' point, I think Texas and Oklahoma are beginning to realize what they're getting into in the conference. I think the Pac-12 would just as soon not see Auburn anymore for a while. I mean, UCLA, Oregon State, and Stanford. And we toot this horn a lot because we live right here in Alabama, but the Southeastern Conference is just on another level all the way around right now. There's no question. When you look at 6 of the 8 teams, Andy, that are technically Southeastern Conference or will be.
True. So. Yeah, that whole Kumar Rocker thing, we didn't really talk much about it.
That's independent league, Andy. That's not even Major League Baseball. That's an independent league team.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that.
That is very strange.
Just strange, very, very strange.
Very strange.
David, another thing that happened while you were gone, Jabari Smith gets taken to number 3. in the NBA draft. Walker Kessler, number 22.
Yes.
2 first-rounders, first time it's ever happened for an Auburn basketball program.
Unbelievable.
It will not be the last.
Poke the bear.
Yeah. All it was said was Jabari Smith's going number 1.
Yeah.
Chet Holmgren's going number 2. Banchero's going number 3. That's the way it is. And then about
pre-show.
Then about 15 minutes before, it was like, maybe it's not going to go that way.
Andy, listen, did you see Jabari after the second pick? They showed him on camera. He kind of looked up to the sky and blew some air out. But look, and now everybody's talking about Houston's draft. Did you see who Houston got? They got Eason. We've seen
LSU.
Eason.
Yeah.
And is it Ty? Was that the third one? Houston racked up in the draft. I mean, everybody's saying Houston did it better in the draft than anybody else. And I agree with Bruce Pearl on this. I think that Houston is a great opportunity for Jabari. You don't think Houston's executives, when that second pick was called and it wasn't Jabari Smith, you don't think they started I-5ing in their brain trust room? I mean, gosh, dude. Welcome to the family.
No doubt, sure.
But yeah, and Walker too. And I believe, what did I read? $39 million for Jabari and $13 for Walker.
Ended up being about almost 40 for 4 years for Jabari, if they negotiated up to the max. Which I don't know what all goes into that, but as far as I think it was like the bottom level of a rookie from where the number 3 pick was like $26 million, and the very top was like 40. So again, I'm sure he's got good management, and they'll get him as much as he can get. And then for Walker, it was like a little more than 13 for 4 years, which neither one of them doing real bad.
So now Walker can call big fish and buy his own lake house now.
This is true. This is true.
So proud of him. I'll miss him. And I talked to Bruce briefly. Everybody saw him on TV, so I went over just to speak to him, and he gave me the fist bump, asked me how everything was going, and we just didn't get to talk much because people were just all over him wanting selfies. But he said, I don't know that we'll be better next year, but we're going to be pretty. I said, I saw Zep at the regionals, and everybody's excited. And I said, well, we're going to miss Walker, but Johnny Broom's pretty spiffy. And he said, yeah, he's going to be really, really good. But there again, Auburn sports, basketball. We're so relevant right now, and what an incredible – if you're a top-level basketball player on the high school level right now, why would you not want to come to Auburn and play for Bruce Pearl?
You got to at least consider it.
Absolutely.
And because of the draft status of Auburn, the way the NBA draft, putting players in that high up in the first round, and for the fact that the atmosphere that you get to play in, and the way that, obviously, the way the school and fans treat you.
Yep.
And you can get NIL deals and all the like, so you can make money doing it as well.
Yep.
It's a no. There's win.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
We're up against another break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. More to come right after these messages.
Growing your business isn't just one thing. It's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial buildings. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
Russell Building Supply and Home Center is just around the corner in a brand new, convenient location with a wide selection of grills, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. The new store offers more home improvement items along with other helpful conveniences like a drive-through lumber yard and our Best Rewards program, making it an ideal destination for do-it-yourselfers and professional contractors. Get ready for game day on the plains by stocking up on all your Auburn tailgating gear at Russell Building Supply and Home Center.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate for all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area as well as down there on the coast. Give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. Ty, with a couple of comments, he thinks next year, he says, my friend thinks next year it'll be a rebuilding year for Auburn baseball because they're losing most of the infield. I told him it depends on draft. Auburn's got some really good players coming in. Yeah, a really good recruiting class for Auburn yet again this year. And you got some guys that were learning last year, some true freshmen. So Mike Bello played quite a bit as a true freshman now. Outfielder, he'll be back. But we were talking about, I'm not convinced that Rambush will be gone. Obviously, Cole Foster will be back, who was really good. Ty says, I predict Jabari will win Rookie of the Year next year. That would be great. That'd
Definitely
be
motivating.
really, really good to see. David, let's go back to the phone line. Hey, Terry, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Guys, how y'all doing today?
Great, Terry. How about yourself?
Doing well, Coach David. I'm glad you had a good time. Glad you're back, man.
Thanks, man. It was a trip of a lifetime. I appreciate that.
Wish you could have got one of them Bad News Bears jerseys. But don't you think with the price of gas, driving out there would have been just as cheap as flying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely not. We saved a bunch of money by driving, for sure. Yeah.
And my sister and her husband just drove out to the Grand Canyon in May from Aniana, Alabama, for their anniversary, their 30th anniversary. So, and they said the price of gas was ridiculous. So
It is a tad.
It was, but the plane ticket, we couldn't find a rental car, Terry, for less than $600 for the week.
Good God.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
My goodness.
Yeah, so we saved. That's why I bought so many souvenirs. We saved some money driving.
Well, you never know where you're going to get. It's like the Final Four. I mean, when Auburn went a couple of years ago, you just never know when you're going to get the opportunity to go. So you
That's
just
right.
take it all in.
That's right.
You know.
Absolutely.
You're talking about the draft. Did you say that Ty Washington out of Kentucky went to Houston too?
Yeah, I think he got drafted by somebody that ended up being in a trade to Houston.
Yep, he's there. Washington.
Who was the third kid you mentioned? Eason? I don't know who that is.
Terry Eason.
Tari Eason out of LSU. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Phenomenal player.
Good gracious, a lifetime.
They racked up. No question.
I grew up as a San Antonio fan, so they're in the state of Texas. I guess I could pull from since they're in the state of Texas, but kind of hard to do it.
Yeah, I understand. Ty. I saw a picture online of all three of them holding up Houston Rockets jerseys. So that's your three picks for Houston. And according to the pundits, Houston had the most successful draft of any other team in the league. And I'm just happy that Jabari's a part of that. I think it's a good fit. I hate that he slipped to third, but I think he'll make plenty of money on the back end, and I think it's a good place for him to land.
Well, I heard a lot of guys say sometimes you're playing for that second contract more than that first.
Yeah, exactly. That's for sure.
So, you were talking about Auburn sports in general, and that's the recruiting is great in baseball and basketball. They're a force now. But the locomotive ain't doing too well, so we all know that. And hopefully after a decent year this year and a bad year next year, Brian Harsin will be put down the road where he needs to go. So, but I'm just trying to emphasize to everybody that is the locomotive. It's just hard to get to basketball season, baseball season when the team across state's just kicking butt and taking names, and you got a coach that really don't want to be there. He's hiding it well. He's reporting on a Tom Hanks type acting job, pretending he wants to be there. So, I just don't believe in the recruiting. You just saw last night a kid committed to Alabama. You got kids going to Penn State. You got kids going to Clemson, all over the place. What's it going to like next year, Andy and David, if he can't recruit talent in? Because this year could be halfway decent because of guys that decided to come back. But next year, those guys are going to be gone.
You got to have a top. I think you got to have top 15 recruiting class. It would be great if it was top 10. But if you don't have if you don't have a top 15 recruiting class, then I think even people with a positive attitude this year are going to start losing hope. And I'm not discounting anything you're saying. If you don't bring talent into the program, Auburn's not going to win. That's a given.
Well, I don't see him finishing the top 15, but I just think the Brian Harsin apologists out there are going to say, no, class 18th and 19th is going to be good enough. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not going to be good enough. And, next year it's going to be a bad year, and I'm going to predict that right ahead. This year could be decent. Who knows? But it's going to raise expectations, and they're going to go right back down next year. So take care, guys. Have a good one.
Appreciate it. Thank you for the call, Terry. Look, Auburn had some really good had 4 official visitors this past weekend. Was it Quay Russaw and James Smith from Montgomery and Carver, 2 5-star guys, 1 edge rusher, 1 defensive tackle. They claim that they're going to be a package deal. You know how that goes.
Sure.
A lot of them say that. Yeah. Number 27 overall player, number 13 overall player. Obviously, Alabama, Georgia, after them. Every big-time school is after them. But, they both are giving Auburn a chance. They both say, look, Auburn's got a real good shot. So especially the Quay Russaw. So he has been to Auburn quite a bit and talks about it. That's the kind of players Auburn's got to get. That's the kind of players they got to figure out a way to get those guys. And if they could land, several guys like that in this class and bump it up and have that kind of top 15, top 10 class, it would give a lot of people a lot of hope, and it would create an enormous amount of momentum for Auburn, especially, obviously if you have a good year, a winning season this year in the regular season. But that's a lot of ifs. That's a lot of ifs and buts, and if those were candy and nuts, David, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
Well, it's obvious from the people that watch the show know that Terry cannot stand Brian Harsin. And
He's not a big fan.
I bite my tongue because I know for a fact that he's not putting on an acting job. I know for a fact from someone who's close to the family that is in the home with the Harsons on a regular basis that they love Auburn, want to be in Auburn. So that's crap.
Well, look, you don't go through what he went through last year, and I mean he was given an out.
And why would you want to be in Auburn after going through that? But the word from these people who know the Harsin family is that they love Auburn, want to be in Auburn, want to make it work, want to get it going. So I just wanted to clear the air on that one. So.
Well, he's got every opportunity to get that done. We'll see if he can. It's going to be a challenge.
Yep.
We got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Lake Martin has a new car buying experience. It's the TR Group of Alex City on Cherokee Road. The TR Group has up to 100 late model vehicles to choose from and will not be beat on price, selection, or financing. With the TR Group, your selection and quality is easy and your good credit is rewarded. But we offer guaranteed financing on our inventory because your future is more important than your past. The TR Group, Lake Martin's new standard in auto sales. Located at 814 Cherokee Road, Alex City, USA.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Whether you prefer bricks, clicks, or taps, there's one place built around all your needs. For whatever it is you want to do. Even if your needs change, we'll be right there with you, making it all possible. Because you never know when a new addition will come along. So walk in, log on, or tap away. Either way, Valley's built to help you do you. Wherever life takes you, we'll be right there with you.
Hey guys, this is Nate Paz with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce. Because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River Region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker! Brubaker!
You can Absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. We are brought to you each and every day by Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. They are saving people thousands of dollars each and every year on their home mortgage. Give them a call today, 256-397-0248, 256-397-0248. Mortgage Pro, the Eric McKinley team. Just came across the wire. Sonny DeShera has been named a consensus All-American, only the third in Auburn history. Frank Thomas, how in the world is Tim Hudson not a consensus All-American? How is Bo Jackson not a consensus All-American? How is Greg Olson not a consensus All-American? What is wrong with you people?
Boggles the mind.
But anyway, speaking of that, he is a consensus All-American. Frank Thomas, Casey Mize was the other one.
Yes.
And now Sonny DeShera. So congratulations to him. Hopefully, I would love to see, him in a major league uniform one day soon. Yeah. Hitting. Do you think that's a realistic possibility?
I do. I really do. Obviously, he needs to see some major league arms for sure, but he has a great eye. He does as good a job as anybody at holding out, not committing with the bat on those check swings. Great eye for balls and strikes. And nobody talks about this as much because of his hitting numbers, but he is a very fine defensive first baseman.
He is.
So, yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Andres Galarraga over at first base.
Galarraga, yeah.
Nimble, the big cat.
Yeah. It's funny, people were comparing him to Babe Ruth with the body type, and that makes sense when you look at both of them.
He's
not trying to put that kind of pressure on him.
Bambino-esque.
Yes, yeah, Bambino-esque. Well put. I think he will get the opportunity. We all know that it's very difficult to make it to that level. Me having been a parent of a child that was in that arena and trying to do that, but everything he's overcome, Andy, from the injuries, and all of that, and just a great kid. Like Butch Thompson said, he had us at hello because of his personality and how he puts the team first and loves his teammates and is a natural leader. All of those things will help him as he goes into a very, very difficult task, making a major league roster for sure.
Jim chimes in, says, do you think Arch Manning will be the number one QB next year, or is he overrated? What do I think? I think he is overrated, but then again, how could he not be? Because everybody thinks he's the greatest. A lot of people think he's the greatest quarterback that's ever played. I don't think there is such a thing as a can't-miss prospect. And whenever you label somebody as a can't-miss prospect, they're overrated.
Usually miss.
They're overrated.
Yeah.
Because there's no such thing.
Yeah.
So now I think he could be really, to be perfectly honest, I don't believe I've ever watched any film on him.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever even seen him throw a football. So I have no clue how good he's going to be at Texas.
I have, Andy. The thing that I wonder how good the competition level was that he played against in that the private school in New Orleans. I know that basketball in those schools is very, very competitive. I don't know about football. Now, and like you said, why would he not be overhyped because of his last name, and the media eats that alive. You know he's been scrutinized like crazy. Cameras in his face since he was a freshman, and the whole deal.
You can't argue with his DNA.
No.
But
no.
Jim says facts are he plays against weaker competition on Friday nights and has decided not to attend zero camps or compete against any other up-and-coming QBs.
Telling. Yeah.
Not going to compete in camps.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. Overrated? We can't.
Well,
who
he's already
knows?
committed to Texas, so what does he need to go to a camp for?
Yeah. Well, people want him to go to a camp so they can put him up against some of these other guys, that Elite 11 and all that stuff. And believe me, we did the perfect game circuit with baseball, and you spend a lot of money. The competition level is second to none. So if you're afraid of that competition, don't go to those because it will not work out well for you. So that is interesting that he doesn't want to go to any camps, kind of telling. We'll know soon enough.
Sure. You think pressure? Are you surprised he ends up, or he's not there yet, but surprised he commits to Texas?
Well, I mean, how much NIL money does he really need? The family that he came from, they're set. I mean, everybody wants to make money. I get that. Interesting, though, that who was the other finalist besides Alabama? Was it?
I think Clemson was in the list, and maybe Georgia too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, interesting. I heard somebody on talk radio yesterday on Sirius XM saying Sarkeesian in Texas is the perfect place for him to land. So, I don't know. It's going to be fun to watch.
Also in news, just got a couple of minutes left. Bill Clark stepping down at UAB.
Horrible news.
Back, going to have some serious back surgery, and I think his health that's ultimately the decision.
Here's what I think, Andy. My brother's a season ticket holder for UAB, big fan. I think the reason Bill wants Bryant Vincent to be the interim coach, because it's so late right now. Leave that alone. Those guys know how to run the program, and the word on the street is that should this fusion go well in his rehab, there's a slight possibility that he could return.
Well, that would be great.
Yeah, but I don't know. We'll see. I hate it for Bill because I love Bill Clark.
Yeah,
He's a nice guy.
You never want to see somebody like that. Ty says Desmond Howard said Tank Bigsby could be a Heisman dark horse. Okay, I'll take it. Got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment right after this.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare. Serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Growing your business isn't just one thing, it's a million little things. Should you lease, rent, or own? How fast can you get that part? Does it fit the budget? That's what your local cat dealer is here for. With expert advice, flexible financing, and industry-leading equipment, you can get the job done, day after day. Visit ThompsonCat.com, your compact equipment provider.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz, the final segment of today's program. Andy and David taking you up to 1 o'clock on this. We might actually get some rain today. That's when actually liquid falls from the sky.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're familiar with that.
That's why I'm not driving my play Jeep with the doors off and the top off. I'm not driving that one today.
Probably a wise decision. Probably a wise decision.
Yep.
It is June the 27th. June the 27th. On this day, 1984, we're talking about Supreme Court decisions here lately. Supreme Court ends the NCAA monopoly on college football telecast. This seems like one of those kind of innocuous things. Huge deal. This is the reason. I mean, this was, you remember back in the day when, of course, when I was a kid and long when you were still an adult, you know, you would, Auburn might be on television twice a year, maybe.
Yeah.
Twice a year.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you just listen to Jim Fife on the radio.
That's right.
But, you know, the NCAA had control. They had control of who was going to be on TV, and you could ban, you know, Auburn, you know, but back in the day, you know, they would, you know, ban you from being on TV as part of the penalties from stuff. And
right.
But anyway, I mean, you know, the certain teams on certain networks on certain days, and then the Supreme Court said, no, you can't monopolize that. You got to open it up to, you know, contracts, and then you have CBS bidding on it, and you have ESPN bidding and all that. All these, and that just exploded.
That's the word. It just exploded from there.
Everything exploded as far as money just started pouring into college athletics. Coaches' salaries started skyrocketing, and I mean, and here we are today.
Andy,
with what we have, and it all started
Right
1984
here.
on this day.
And people complain about the TV money and all that, and I get that, but do you really want to go back to that, where you can only see your Auburn Tigers once or twice a year?
David, some of my fondest memories of my life are outside my house, throwing the football with my brother, listening to Jim Fife and an Auburn football
Absolutely, yes.
So, yes, I want to go back.
You do. Andy, one of my fondest memories is Punt Bama Punt, 17-16.
I was not born.
You were not here.
No.
We were in the front yard. I was turning cartwheels. We had a little transistor radio and listening to that out in the front yard, throwing the ball, and I started turning cartwheels when that second punt was blocked. And
I have one of the little floppy 45s, you know, that you listen to. Everybody's got one of those, don't they?
Well, you know, and then I got to meet Bill Newton recently when I did that
Really?
speaking engagement. I didn't tell you that.
I don't think so.
Yeah, when I spoke at Purcell Farms for Southeastern Land Group at Dave Milton, great company. And Bill's one of their salesmen, and he said, I want to introduce you, since you're an Auburn guy, to Bill Newton. And I acted like a fanboy.
Of course.
I said, you're Bill Newton. He was so nice. We got our picture made together, and now we're Facebook friends. And I said, dude, I said, I bet you got some stories. He said, I've got some David Langner stories, but I don't tell many of them because most of them ended with me getting my butt kicked, get him out of trouble somewhere. But you bring it back the nostalgia today.
Yeah. On this day, 1988, Mike Tyson knocks out Michael Spinks in 91 seconds in Atlantic City. It was like you turned a wild animal loose, and the look on Michael Spinks' face when he first took the first hit, it was like, what have I done?
Yeah, it's not going to be a good day.
Why am I here?
Not going to be a good day.
Not going to be a fun, no. 91 seconds later, it was over. 1990 on this day, let's tell you how far we've come again. Jose Canseco signs a record $4.7 million a year contract with Oakland A's. 4.7. What is that, the league minimum now?
Now your all-stars would walk, would push away from the table and be gone.
I guess that was 32 years ago,
Yeah.
so it's been a while.
Yeah.
Happy birthday today, Bob Keeshan. Do you know who Bob Keeshan is?
Is that he had a kids show?
That is Captain Kangaroo.
Captain Kangaroo, yeah.
That is Captain Kangaroo.
Tip of my tongue, yeah.
1927, born and died in 2004. Bruce Johnston, Beach Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Born on this day, 1942. He is still alive. Lori Morgan, country music singer, looking for something in red. Lovely, beautiful.
Is she?
I'll take your 1959, Chuck Person. This might be a bit of a sensitive topic, but look.
The rifleman.
Forgiveness is a beautiful thing.
It is.
The man made a mistake.
Yeah.
I know, and he paid for his price. I mean, he paid the price for his sins. Now, I say, maybe let's let a little bit more time, but maybe it'll heal some wounds here.
Yeah.
I'll say happy birthday to Chuck Person. Jeff Conine, baseball player. J.J. Abrams. You remember that show Lost?
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch that?
No.
He was a creator.
he
very cool. Very good. Jim Edmonds. Second to Andrew Jones, in my opinion, second best center fielder I ever saw play.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Andrew Jones, number one, though. Jim Edmonds, phenomenal center fielder. Played with the Angels and the Cardinals. Tobey Maguire, he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The original.
Yeah.
What do you're not an Avengers. You're not even a superhero.
My extent is Batman, Adam West on television.
Yeah.
That was my dude.
That's not really a
superhero. But still.
But that was it was funny. I used to watch that quite a bit.
Yeah, him and Robin with the POW band, all that stuff.
And Johnny Estrada, a backup catcher for the Braves.
Yeah.
Born in the state 1976.
You kin to Eric?
It's a good question. I'm gonna say no.
Yeah.
But hey, who knows? Yeah.
It's good to be back, Andy.
Glad to have you back, David. Join us tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel.
There you go.
David, I'm Andy. So long for now. We'll talk again.